We've all heard the line, "What do you know?" Perhaps it has been directed at you. The situation is generally confrontational. It's an argument, and emotions are running high, and one person blurts out, "Well, what do you know?" Well, of course, what is actually being said is, "You don't know anything." The statement is being delivered in a negative way. Nonetheless, it's a valid question. What do we know? Every child learns quickly about gravity. It hurts when you fall off the coffee table. But what is gravity? It's a word coined hundreds of years ago to explain an effect we see. Things fall downwards. But what is it exactly? Science might be thought of as searching for better predictability rather than true knowledge. Inquiring people wanted to know why things rolling down a hill went faster and faster the further the object moved down the hill. It was studied. Mathematical models were developed to describe the motion. How well did the model predict the motion? Was it in error in some situations? How do we change the model to make the observations fit better? A mathematical framework began. In the 1600s, Isaac Newton gave a more complete mathematical explanation, but his work was based on earlier investigations. Newton's understanding of the problem provided the basics for calculations that allowed men to land on the moon in 1969. Yet long before that date, scientists understood that Newton's equations wouldn't work in all situations. In the early 20th century, Albert Einstein refined Newton's work, looking at gravity from a different perspective. We now have GPS satellites that work because Einstein's equations give the extremely precise signal timings that are required to make them work. They provided better predictability. But we can still ask the question, what is gravity? Will we humans ever truly grasp the cause of gravity? Perhaps it is as Newton suggested, the power of a creator willfully generating a force holding matter together, a force that man defines mathematically. Not a few scientists have alluded to this. Karl Popper, whom Steven Weinberg has called the dean of modern philosophers of science, once suggested that there may not be an ultimate theory for physics, that rather every explanation may require a further explanation, producing an infinite chain of more and more fundamental principles. A rival possibility is that such knowledge may simply be beyond us. There are areas of science where predictability has been achieved, but where there are still big gaps in understanding. Quantum physics requires speeds above that of light, yet other areas of physics dictate that nothing can travel faster than light. Nonetheless, this paradox still yields predictability. Einstein couldn't bear the notion that God could create a universe in which some things were forever unknowable. Moreover, the idea of action at a distance, that one particle could instantaneously influence another trillions of miles away, was a stark violation of the special theory of relativity. This expressly decreed that nothing could outrace the speed of light, and yet here were physicists insisting that somehow at the subatomic level, information could. No one, incidentally, has ever explained how particles achieve this feat. Scientists have dealt with the problem, according to the physicist Yakir Aharonov, by not thinking about it. Mr. Bill Bryson explained the current situation this way. We live in a universe whose age we can't quite compute, surrounded by stars whose distances we don't altogether know, filled with matter we can't identify, operating in conformance with physical laws whose properties we don't truly understand. Our life consists of learning. Yes, we are highly dependent upon others to provide our training. An infant grows and accumulates knowledge and understanding through the teaching of others and their own life experiences. Learning wouldn't be very efficient if each newborn had to start from scratch. Part of the maturing process is to come to understand that all knowledge is not equal. The internet is full of information, and it has some knowledge but precious little wisdom. At any point in our lives, we can always ask the question, well, just what do I know?
If you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And for more content like this, please visit our website at tomorrowsworldviewpoint.org.